Well, good morning and welcome to Far2Gray. We're broadcasting today, as usual, from the Operational Nerve Center of the Rafter G. Talking to my Bubba over in coastal Carolina with his Art Griswold shirt on. He is in the Christmas spirit, so this is going to be some semblance of our Christmas show today.
That's it.
We've been gone a while. Some whole lot of irons in the fire here for both of us. Different things between work and possibly moving. But anyway,
And the
we're back
holidays.
today and want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas.
Very Merry
Bubba,
Christmas to everybody.
you haven't been peeking at any of your presents yet, have you?
No, but there's one over here underneath the tree. We're in the garage here. This is the outside tree. It came a week or two ago. She got it wrapped up and she asked me to move it. It's so heavy I couldn't slide the damn thing. I said, "What did you buy?" She said, "I bought myself a Christmas present." So I have there's no tag on it. I don't know if it's for her, for me, or what, but
I got to
it's a
take
pretty
this
good
hat off,
sized
man.
box.
This is throwing my other hat off here, but
There you go.
we'll just set it back here where everybody will be able to see it here. That'll be my Christmas decorations for the year.
There you go. You got your wreath behind you. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. What any kind of topical topics you want to bring up this morning?
Oh my gosh, there's been so
I
much
know
going
you've got a
on.
little Christmas presentation set up for later on, but
Yeah,
in the
found a
show.
little something you might be interested in. So, but yeah, been a lot going on. Oh my gosh, you name it. It's as the dune buggy goes by, zoom. You what you got on your list there? You want to go over?
There's just several oddball things that I've noticed the last few weeks, a couple of weeks since our last get together. But how about that big global warming meeting? Save the Earth meeting in Brazil.
Hmm.
And they're all worried about the rainforest, but they cut down 100,000 trees in the rainforest to build a 4-lane road out to the site where they were all going to meet. So that's one of those things that I find odd.
You find odd, yeah. Yeah.
But, and then you got Eric Swalwell coming in and wants to make one of the planks of the Democrat platform is to tear down the ballroom that Trump's going to build on the end of the East Wing or whatever. It's like, wait a minute, that's not costing the taxpayers a dime. And if it's a
He's paying for that out
great
of
place
pocket.
for state dinners and more secure than a frickin' tent out in the yard, I don't see where that's a bad thing. But I'm not there. I'm not king, so I'm not making the rules
You're
today.
not making the rule.
No. A comment that came back from one of the other podcasts that I look into is that immigration without assimilation is merely an invasion. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing with all the fraud going on in Minnesota and the Somalia community, sending $1 billion back to the
That's right.
terrorists in Somalia. That's taxpayer money. If I lived in Minnesota, I'd be really upset. I'm already upset and I don't live in Minnesota, but if my state tax dollars were going to that, and it's just the fraud. And I think that's the culture that they grow up in. I mean, that's what the culture is. Somalia and Ukraine are two of the most corrupt countries with their leadership, kickbacks, money laundering, and everything going on. So, but anyway, yeah, it's a holiday season. Of course, Headseth is not standing under the mistletoe. He's catching all sorts of crap for what's going on in the Caribbean, which I find just a little odd because 1986, it was Chuck Schumer that wrote the Maritime Drug Law Enforcement Act, 1986, which gave the Coast Guard authority and I think the Navy as well to interdict drug shipments from South America.
Right.
So I'm not sure why all of a sudden the Dems are crying
And when was that?
Constitution.
86.
1986. He was a congressman then before he got
He
in the
probably doesn't
Senate,
even
I
remember
guess.
what happened in 86.
No. Well, that was
Chuck's mind's going a little bit, I think.
The Reagan years, war on drugs type
Yeah.
stuff
Right.
going on. And then to top it all off, right here at this season of giving, Bernie Sanders was the last vote that didn't pass the children's cancer research bill. So, that crazy haired son of a gun. He should be one of the ones retiring. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and speaking of which, I saw an article the other day where there's like 50 both sides. There's a bunch of congressional
They're not running.
retirements
Yeah, they're
coming
not gonna
this
run
year. Not
again.
going to rerun or just going to quit. You know, you got what is that, Mark from Georgia there, the Marjorie Taylor Greene, that
Mhm.
she said, "No, I'm done. This is crazy."
Yeah.
So I guess January is her last days. So that's kind of brings us up on what's going on out in the world there, the political world, the local stuff, crazy Christmas shopping and getting bumped into. I'm finding out how nice. Well, Callie and I've been married long enough that we don't she wants something during the year, she just goes and gets it, so that makes it a little more difficult. She doesn't really need anything at Christmas time, so I'm looking on, what, Facebook Marketplace or the ads
Uh-huh.
that come up when I'm playing solitaire or something, well, that's kinda cute, and then I find out it comes from China and it won't be here till February with the shipping, so,
Well,
uh,
I have to love Amazon for years now. That's how I do my Christmas shopping. I don't have to go out and fight the crowds or
yeah.
worry I'm gonna get stabbed in the back because I got to something before somebody else did or, you know, the ugliness hell, I went and filled a couple tanks of propane the other day and the person at the propane tank, I was like, "Well, Merry Christmas." It was kinda cold that morning anyway. I was like, "Well, Merry Christmas early, sorry to bring you out in the cold to fill these tanks." "I don't like Christmas. I'm sick of it. I have to work here and deal with all the headaches." Yeah. I'm like, "Okay." I said, "Well, sorry
Okay,
about that."
Ebenezer.
You run into a
Uh,
lot of it, and I'm sure if you work out in the public with those type of jobs, it can be pretty rough this time of year. I'm sure there's some really nasty people out there that give you a
oh, for
hard
sure.
time, for no reason at all.
Some people are just in a foul mood, and they're juggling jobs and kids and finances, and they
It is.
really don't have the time to be out there doing that, and they're not in the best mood to begin with, and they just kind of lose sight of, hey,
Yeah,
be nice. Doesn't take any more effort to be nice than it does to be, you know, smart mouthy ugly. So,
absolutely. I'm sorry we got the highway racetrack running today out here, I guess. Somebody must have got early Christmas presents. It's
I was
like
gonna
a
say,
little mini dune buggy with the 6 and 8-year-old kids flying up and down the road out here in front of me. So, like, "Okie dokie,"
I guess they couldn't wrap it, so when they brought it home from the
It's like
store,
exactly.
they could see what it was.
"Let's give you this early so you can aggravate all the neighbors through the Christmas holiday while you're off
Yeah,
from
there
school
you
for 2
go.
weeks."
There you go. And you had some family in last weekend?
Yeah, last Friday night we did a little family get together, so, because they were all headed back up north to be with the other part of the family, so
Yeah.
Yep, they're all up there safe and sound and getting there. I talked to them briefly this morning, or no, I take that back. I talked to them last night, so they're all ready. I think it's going to end up being about I don't know, 15 to 20 of them there tonight. So they'll have a
Your
great
sister will
time.
be in hog heaven with that many
Oh,
people.
they are. Richard already said they have both refrigerators full of food and a cooler outside that they needed extra storage for all the food. Like, oh my goodness, they're
Uh,
total chaos of fun.
we had our family get together a weekend ago, and 5 of the 7 kids and spouses, and I think it was about 11, 12 of the 15 grandkids, so it was a circus there for about
I
5 or
bet.
6 hours. That's when we give all the grandkids, their little Christmas stuff, and they can open it up and go wild there, and one of my daughters comes in, from North Carolina and rents she's done this for several years now, and it's a good family get together this time of year, but she rents a big old this one was a big old house, Airbnb type deal on 10 acres so the kids could run wild. We
Nice.
threw one of the older boys, it's little league age, we were throwing a baseball back and forth, and typical Texas, they had to hang a pinata in a tree of Grinch or something and beat the dickens out of that, and candy and stuff went everywhere. So all the kids, not to mention the desserts already, then they had the sugar high from all the candy going. So it was nonstop bop. It was
You did
good.
see
It
the
was fun.
you did see the picture of the cake I sent you yesterday. Mom's
I
black
did.
walnut cake is made.
I did. I saw that.
and
I've
we
still
sampled it last night, and it's good too.
It's good?
It's good too.
I just went and got another quart of milk because 'cause I'm gonna do ours
Yeah.
today, and I'm sure I'll sample it as soon as it cools a little bit. Lovely wife's been busting her butt at the hospital here this last, oh, shoot, couple of months. They've been short of personnel. Now they're covering a satellite airport about 45 minutes away, so she's had to do that. She's 12-hour days, but what do you tap into your ears?
One of my neighbors was waving at me. He was out there waving. He said, "Are you working today?" I went like that. He's like, "Okay, I'll talk to you later."
Bring him on in. We'll put him on the show
Come on
today.
in. That's it. That's the second one now. So like I said, it's
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
it is
holidays. I love it.
Christmas
You know,
Eve.
it's great. You know, we lived back in the woods for so long, and there wasn't nothing wrong with that either. It was great, but it's been a big change, but a good change being down
Yeah,
here and being more of a neighborhood, and you get to see the neighbors and the kids, and
yeah.
they all come up. They see Auntie and Uncle Dave and Auntie Mary and Uncle Dave in the garage. You know, the little kids run up and talk to
Oh,
us
yeah.
and stuff like that.
This is your 4th
Fourth
Christmas?
year,
Yeah.
fourth Christmas down here.
You came down in the fall and you were all moved in by Christmas, right?
Well, it was kind of the same. When we built that house, we closed and moved in all the stuff about 3 or 4 days before Christmas that year.
Mhm.
Same scenario down here. We closed on December. No, I take that back. We closed in November, mid-November. We got into the house. We stripped out all the flooring. Everything that we did, we had to get everything stripped out and done, and all the new flooring back in. And then our furniture was delivered about a week before Christmas.
Yeah.
So we had like a 2 or 3 week period there where we had to get everything out, everything done, and then so we could bring everything in the house. And sure enough, it happened right before Christmas again. Mary's like, "How do we always end up doing this stuff right before Christmas?"
It looks like we might be changing base. Might be moving the operational nerve center and headquarters
Us.
a little bit further south, a few miles, but a lot of that's still some moving parts in there, so
Right, right.
the studio may be moving, so you'll know when it does for sure, but from the
Stay tuned.
background, the talk's been going. I may be moving by myself, I'm not sure. I hope as most moves go, they're pretty hectic,
Yeah,
trying to load
well,
up a
especially trying
ranch
to.
from Missouri to Oklahoma and now pick it up and move it again 8 years later,
Yeah,
downsizing, going to smaller place, but anyway.
downsizing's good.
Well, I gotta get out and do some more Christmas shopping. I understand you've got a little
Okay,
presentation?
yeah. Okay, so this is kind of an antique. It's been with me since I don't know what Christmas they actually gave it to us, but it was to David from Auntie and Bud. Remember Auntie and
Yeah.
Bud? I don't even remember them really per se. So, but this was actually done in 1968, and it's still got the felt. Oop,
Well, you
like
weren't done until
I know, So I mean, I hadn't even finished percolating at that point, but
you
just kind of an.
probably got that in the '70s sometime.
That's what I think. They'd given it to me, and I'm just out of curiosity. I was looking online to see, are they still around? This was 49 cents back in the day, by the
I'll
way.
be darned.
And but like I said, still got the little felt,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
thing, and mom hung on to it for years, and I got it, and but anyway, so I was looking online to see any value to it. What is it? Do they still make them? Well, they have a new one.
A new
So
one.
yeah, so I bought that one, and it's kind of rewritten more for more. Excuse me, let me get my glasses here. It is. Twas the night before Christmas, the original one. So they've kind of changed it now. So let me, if you don't mind, I'll read it to you.
Huh, I can't they've changed it up some. Okay, I'm
Well,
just gonna
they
sit back and
they've bought it into more modern times. It's well, and it's
I'm
because
just gonna sit back and listen.
nobody likes to say Christmas anymore and all that. So it's they've titled it "'Twas the Leftist Nightmare Before December 25th."
Alright.
And
Okay.
I'm not going to try to show the pictures and all that stuff, but so 'twas the night before December 25th, and all through the house. The only creature that was stirring was me, because I identify as a mouse. And a little picture, twitch, twitch. The No Kings, DEI, and Pride signs were hung by the chimney with care to show support or act as if I cared. The non binary little people were all nestled snug in their beds, with visions of RuPaul's drag race screwing up their heads. And I, with my martini, and my partner, with their crack, had just settled in for our drug induced nap. When out on the yard, there arose such a clatter. I jumped from my bed to see what was the matter. I opened the curtains and looked out to see what my drug-addled eyes could not believe. Through all the propithal days did appear. Damn, is that AOC and the squad dressed like deer? AOC was dressed in a red pantsuit, so witty and quick, I knew in a moment it was going to shit. She hollered and shouted and called him by names. On Omar, on Crockett, on Talib. This is insane. They even had old Pelosi in chains. They ran to the front door, then to the back. They broke down my door and started their attack. Not owning a gun and too scared to run, I hid in the closet just sucking my thumb. I thought I was exempt. I tried to act left, but it didn't matter to them. I was just another lech. Through the crack of the door, I watched as they danced. They drank all my booze and smoked my hoo-hash. With bags full of my things I'd worked so hard for, they jumped and they laughed and they sang songs of joy. As all of the pillaging ended their show, the squad went a-running with Pelosi in tow. AOC spoke not a word as she started to twerk. She looked all around as if to be proud of her work, and laying a finger aside of her nose, with one big old snort, she finished all my blow. But I heard them exclaim as they ran out of sight, "We became politicians to become rich and ruin all your lives. Ali Akbar to all, and to all a green energy dark night." Can you believe they went and did something like that? Changed that great little story. The end.
The end.
The end. The end. In all serious, we all do funny things, whether we're left, right, up, down, doesn't matter. We love everybody, and if we all didn't do these things, it wouldn't give us anything to pick on or laugh about.
Yeah, there you go.
You
There
know,
you go.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Just a little funny there for you.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Bubba.
Merry
You
Christmas,
guys
brother.
have a good one, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, sounds good.
Love
Merry
you, man.
Christmas, everybody. Love you, man.
Bye-bye.